Hey guys, how are you? Andy Suku, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. So, got some hot information coming in hot, fresh off the press, um, about student loans and the lawsuit between Sweet and Cardona's settlement. If you remember last year in 2000, in June, around June 1st, June 2nd, there was a lawsuit for student loan forgiveness to discharge student loans if you went to a school like Phoenix, if you went to a private trade school, um, technical school like DeVry, Phoenix online, Phoenix Online. There was a list of school that we posted. It's still on our YouTube channel actually. So there was a lawsuit going on stating that if you went to one of those schools did not provide the level of education, and you weren't able to get job placements, and the school closed down, you were able to get your student loans dismissed. All right. So this information is fresh off the press. If you remember last year, June, I told you guys, did a video, I told you guys apply for the forgiveness program. It was called the Borrower's Defense Forgiveness Program, Discharge, the repayment discharge program, right? You guys needed to apply before October 2022 in order to be considered to get your application, your student loans dismissed if you went to one of those schools and you were not able to get job placement or the school closed down, you weren't able to graduate. There's a whole list of qualifications that you could qualify for if you met those qualifications, right? So if you did apply April 27, 2023, which was like about a couple days ago, April, May. So you should have received an email on April 27th to May 2nd. Check your email. You should have received an email from Department of Education. I'll show you the email that I received. This is my application, my email. All right. And I'll read you verbatim what it says. The Department of Education will apply the standards for borrower's defense claim in the borrower's defense regulation published by department in 2016 to make a decision on your application no later than January 28, 2026. So what they're saying there is that in no later than January 28, 2026, they'll make a decision on anyone's application, including my application, if they will forgive and discharge your student loans. Of course, if you meet the qualification. Now, with that being said, I know a lot of you guys are waiting on the Biden forgiveness program. That's not pass. That's not going to pass. It's not happening. Stop holding your breath. If it didn't happen 3 years now, it didn't happen last year, it didn't happen this year, it's not happening. It's not. And if you follow what's going on with the presidency, he's about to come out of office. So whatever he had planned while he was in office, all that goes out the drain, all the window when he comes out of office. Technically, maybe that's why they waited until January 28, 2026 to make a decision. Who knows, right? But anyway, give up on that dream. There's a lot of document on the Department of Education website that states it's not going to be forgiven. Congress is not even passing the law to do it. So if you've been following the news on it, you've been following the Department of Education, the website, you'll know that it's not going to happen. So I'll continue to read. If the Department of Education decides that you are eligible for a discharge, you will receive the discharge no later than 1 year after the decision. So if they do decide to discharge the loan from one of the schools, qualifying schools, they will let you know a year after. So that means in January 28, 2027, they'll let you know if your loan will be discharged. What that means between the lines, forgiveness is over in June next month. All the student loan forgiveness is over June 2023. That means you have to start making payments. If you're not making payments, it will get reported negatively on your credit report, and your interest rate will fluctuate. You may end up paying a higher interest rate. So you need to make sure you call the Department of Education no later than the 20th of this month to find out who your new service provider is, what your new payment amount is. And if you need to fill out a financial affidavit to get your monthly payment lowered, you need to start that process now. Do not wait until June 1st, because on June 1st, student loans are back in act, and it's active. It's back active, okay? It says, if the department does not issue a decision by January 20, 2026, you will receive a discharge of the Federal Student Association with your borrower defense application and a refund of all the money you paid. If you remember what I told you guys in the video I did in June last year, I paid off all of my student loans, majority of my student loans, I paid off. I probably owe $5,000 on student loans, which I'm not in no rush to pay. My interest rate is 1%. There's no rush. Anyway, the point, what I'm trying to get to you, that if you remember what I told you last year in June, if you pay the student loans or you're making monthly payments, even in COVID when there was no interest, you might be eligible for a refund, which is what they're saying here. I might be eligible for a refund, which if this goes through, I'll get a refund. If it doesn't, hey, I paid my student loan off and I don't have that affecting my credit or using up my DTI. And also, it states that a refund will be issued and all of the derogatory reporting on your credit report will be deleted. This document you hold on for 7 years, guys, because it clearly states in black and white from Department of Education letterhead that if they forgive the loans, they will delete all of the derogatory remarks off of your credit report. If they don't, you have proper proof to send to the credit bureaus with a date, application number, that this needs to be removed off of your credit report if you are eligible to get the forgiveness. All right. So that's the latest update on the Sweet and Cardona settlement for student loans. You can Google this Sweet, SWEET versus CARDONA settlement online. You can see the list of school. I think there's like 250 something schools on there that's qualified if you went to. It's too late to fill out the application now. The deadline is closed October 2022. But if you did fill it out when I told you guys to do it and you submitted it, you would have gotten an email between April 27, 2023 and May 2nd, 2023, which was yesterday. All right. If you guys have any questions about this video or this document, give me a call or drop a comment below and I'll answer it for you guys. But hey, make sure June 1st, you call Department before June 1st, May 20th, call Department of Education because all of your student loans went back to the Department of Education. Just say that to all my clients. June 20th, make sure you call, find out who's your service provider. Make sure they have your name, your correct address, your correct phone number, your correct email so they can communicate with you. Make sure you fill out the financial affidavit if you can't afford the monthly payments. However, there's one thing I'll tell you guys. Interest is going to go back on these loans June 1st, right? If your minimum payment is $200 and you can't afford to make the minimum payment and you have to pay $100, the interest is still going to be running up. It's still going to run up. So my suggestion, guys, if you have to cut something out of your life, some kind of lifestyle, to make the monthly payment or make a little more, do that. Because if you have noticed, if you kept deferring your student loans, let's say you have, we'll use simple numbers. Let's say you had $2,000 in student loans. You kept deferring it for the last 7, 8, 9 years. Now you owe like $7,000. Imagine if you only make the bare minimum or less than the minimum, how much that student loan is going to be by you finish paying it off. Student loan's not going anywhere, guys. I filled it out just for shits and giggles. Listen, if I get a refund, I get a refund. If I don't, I went to school, I used the college degree, I paid my student loans off, but I was smart to pay it off in COVID when there was no interest. So I only paid bare principal on my student loans. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Have a good day.